I do portraits, I pick a portrait that has like some type of facial expression, like an emotion. So it could be sad, happy, and also it depends on like how I'm feeling that day. Like if I'm feeling sad, I'll draw a sad face, or if I feel happy, I'll draw a happy face or something like that. So for me, it's like a deeper meaning than just it's some celebrity that I drew. GARDNER. I also go by the name of KG the Octopus, and I'm an artist here in Bakersfield, California. I grew up here. It was like an average, childhood. You have your ups and downs. I didn't have anything like handed to me on a silver platter or anything. My mom, she did like crafts and drawings, and my dad did models and paintings and stuff like that. So it kind of made me want to do that, and then ever since then, I kind of just kept going with it. I can't really remember the first drawing, but I know the first painting, I think it was like a little vampire with like on a black canvas and just like crappy drawn sun and all that, and he had like little blood coming out of his mouth. I did that when I was about 6 years old. I only took about 1.5 years of art in high school, and then after that it took me about, I was just self-taught with art. It wasn't until about 3 years ago I took like a drawing class at BC, but honestly, I already knew like all that stuff, so I think it's just better to like just keep on going if you're self-taught and just do that. First Friday was actually a big part of like my art thing here in Bakersfield. I think it was about 2 years ago. My friend, like, he used to work somewhere downtown, and he was just walking down the street and he saw people like vending like art and stuff, and like so he let me and my other friend know, and then we're like, yeah, we should just try that out one day. Ever since then, I just fell in love with it because I would meet new people, and that's how I came in contact with like Project O. I don't know, it's always like a mixture of like nostalgia, and like I see people young that see like drawings of like Elvis and they're excited to see it, and then you see older people that see my art with like people with tattoos and everything, and they're actually interested in it. So I don't know, it's always nice seeing like that mixture of just like happy feelings, and they see some art and they're like, they get kind of emotional or something like that. So I don't know, it's just, I love seeing like that variety of emotions, like just because I drew something. So I think that's awesome. Other than art, actually, like I work on like little short YouTube films, like movies and stuff like that, and I'll do like photography. I believe that video editing is almost kind of like an art form too. It's like, because once you're done like editing that whole movie or whatever you're doing, it's just like finishing a painting. Like you're just relieved, but you're like glad how it came out. One of the cliche artist things would be like to have your art in like a big gallery like in New York or LA or something like that. But also, I think one of my personal accomplishments would be to have like my logo become like a brand name, because I've always been interested in like clothing design and stuff like that. So I think it'd be cool to have that logo become like a household name in the clothing company. So before I came up with the name KG the Octopus, I would just go by my regular name, obviously. But I don't know, after a while I kind of started studying like octopuses and like how they were in their natural habitat, how they could blend in with people. And I kind of like felt that way about myself, like, I kind of blend in with a lot of groups of people. So for my art, I just started going by KG the Octopus. People at first thought it was kind of weird, just like, is that just your favorite animal or something? But I told them kind of like the meaning behind it and how the octopus is more important to me than just like just a favorite animal. I have like 2 different logos. One of the logos is just like a dark figure with like the tentacle hair. Each tentacle kind of represents something that's important in my life. So it'd be like love, family, relationships, friends, art, anything that's important to me is like connected. And then the other one is an infinity sign made out of tentacles. So that kind of explains more of a long-term goal for my art, is to be like passed down for long periods of time. Not necessarily infinity, but just like kind of that gist of it, like being passed down for like generations or something like that. So that's like a long-term goal for my art, and that's kind of what that logo is for. And yeah, I think just the octopus has like a lot more meaning to me than what people think it is. If you find any of my social media or follow me on there, you ask me questions. I'm always open to talk to people, especially at First Friday. I know a lot of people are more shy like in person, but I mean, I'm an introvert myself, so going out to First Friday and talking to people was like big for me too. But I mean, I'm always down to like talk to people and just hang out, or if they have any questions, they ask me anything on like any of my social media and stuff like that.